Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. Today is Wednesday. It is October the 5th. Today is National Apple Betty Day. Today.
Okay.
It's also National Do Something Nice Day. So, Heidi, you should do something nice today.
I try to do something nice every day.
You actually do a lot of nice things every day. It's National Get Funky Day. You know which one I'm going to celebrate. National Rhode Island Day. World Teachers Day. National Walk to School Day. National Pumpkin Seed Day. Did you ever like pumpkin seeds?
I did.
See, there was a time when I thought those were really good. Then I ate way too many of them, and I just can't do it anymore. National Coffee with a Cop Day today as well. So maybe you pull over a cop today and have coffee.
Maybe.
Or maybe you just, find another way to do that.
Or maybe you leave them alone and let them do
what?
their jobs.
I'm super excited for my hashtag comedy call. You know who I'm talking to today?
Who?
Dane Cook.
I love Dane Cook.
He is such a funny guy. He's been in a ton of movies as well. This could easily be a Movie Star Monday. But I'm excited to chat with him today about his new comedy special. It premieres today. Had a special showing last night. Above It All is what it's called. Dane Cook is our guest coming up in a bit.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At BetterCreditCards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Is it part of your nightly routine to help your kids do their homework? If so, maybe you want to rethink that. New research says if your children are able to tackle their homework alone, parents should put down the pencil and let the kids do it. According to the study, it doesn't matter if the parents have a high school diploma or a graduate degree. Helping their kids with homework does not help the kids learn effectively. In fact, your help might be doing the opposite. In the study, kids who had actually showed cognitive loss were kids that had help from their parents. They didn't remember what they learned at school, adverse effects on home emotional climate as well, where parents are fighting to get the homework done, and deferred responsibility, not doing it because they know if they don't do it, mom's going to do it for them.
That's exactly what I was just going to say.
What can parents do to support their kids with homework? Instead of helping, create a quiet place where they can get the work done, have all the necessary supplies, and have a designated time every day to do their homework. So, wow, what a buzzkill study that was. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know a new purple tomato is expected to hit grocery store shelves real soon?
Really?
USDA has approved a genetically modified purple tomato, clearing the path for it to be sold in American stores next year. In addition to its unique color, the purple tomato also has some health benefits, a longer shelf life than garden variety red tomatoes, according to scientists. In fact, cancer-prone mice that ate purple tomatoes lived about 30% longer than those that ate normal tomatoes, according to the study. That's kind of cool.
That's very interesting.
Would you want to eat a purple tomato?
I don't know.
Just seems weird to me. But I'm also not a big fan of red
But you know
tomatoes.
what? Remember when they did purple ketchup that just didn't take off? I wonder
Yeah.
if the tomatoes are going to be the same type of thing.
Yeah, Heinz did purple and green ketchup.
They did.
It's been like 10 years ago.
And it didn't work.
No, did not.
Not even a little.
We might have been the only people that bought any. So.
Oh, I don't think so. I think
There's a
people all
couple
tried it, and then they were like, yeah,
it's
you
just
can't.
weird. It even tasted the same. If
It
you closed
tastes
your
exactly
eyes,
the
but
same. It's just
this is
something
not.
about it.
We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. The paparazzi has been snapping some photos of Brad Pitt and Emily Ratajkowski. They've been out a few times together, but they are, quote, not officially dating, according to this.
Okay.
All right. Chris Rock does not want to be the host of any award show after the Oscars. He apparently
I don't blame him.
turned down the Golden Globes. He's also turned down a couple other things. He's like, hey, I don't want to do this. No.
No.
No, I don't know. He also shared that he recently turned down an offer to appear in a Super Bowl ad pertaining to the incident. So there's going to be an ad in the Super Bowl where somebody smacked him, and he's like, I don't want to do it. No. And there's a new favorite next James Bond. So first they announced that they're going to have a female James Bond. Then they announced they're going to have an African-American James Bond. And now they're going, okay, well, maybe we're going to have a British James Bond. So Henry Cavill, I think is how you say it. He was Superman. I've heard Cavill and Cavill, but either way, he was Superman recently, and now he's maybe going to be, he's a front runner anyway, to be James Bond. There you go.
I like that.
Big screen, little screen. Brought to you by channelsurfertv.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Alec and Hilaria Baldwin just had their 7th child. I remember when we announced that they were pregnant, and now that kid is born already. Holy cow. The world's oldest bodybuilder just posed nude for Men's Health magazine. The world's oldest bodybuilder. So I don't know.
No, thank you.
I just don't know why, but whatever. J.K. Rowling. When I say that name, what do you think of?
Of Harry Potter.
Of course. That's what everybody thinks of.
Yeah.
But maybe you'll think of J.K. Rowling for something else, because J.K. Rowling has a new novel, The Ink Black Heart, and it recently hit bookstores. Okay. And there's some folks that have already read it who said yay, and I guess probably some that didn't like it, but some good reviews online. A lady spent 4 days in a hospital after her chihuahua tried to kill her.
What?
Her chihuahua defecated in her mouth while she was sleeping. Yeah. So what in the world was going on between her and this chihuahua?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. She ended up in the hospital for 4 days because of that. It's the whole thing. Leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I got to just move on. Hey, I found a fun fact that I'm going to share right here. Mark Twain was born when Halley's Comet was visible, and he died 75 years later when Halley's Comet was back again.
Oh, weird.
Isn't that kind of cool?
That's super
So I just thought that was kind of
creepy.
interesting that was shared with me. And I think we'll maybe get to one last story for our scoop of the day. Christian Bale said he had to, quote, isolate himself from Chris Rock on the Amsterdam set, saying that he was so bloody funny I couldn't act.
Oh.
Yeah, so they're like, this guy is so funny I couldn't even get my lines right.
I could see that.
And the funny thing is, his quote, he's so funny I couldn't even act. Somebody said, what's your excuse for every other movie? That's not nice.
That's funny.
All right. Scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday. It is a hashtag comedy call with Mr. Dane Cook. How you doing, sir?
Yo, what's up, man? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely excited to chat with you. Got a brand new special. It's out right now, Above It All. I got to ask, is it funny?
That's always the first question anybody wants to know. Is it funny? And I promise you this. If I got into that edit bay and I looked at this show and it was not at the caliber I was hoping, I'd be the first person to delete it. So, yes, verified fresh.
I love that. And the cool thing about Dane Cook telling jokes, you're not just talking. You're not just saying jokes. You say jokes with your entire body. So you got to watch the special. It's going to be a fun special to watch. And last night you did a premiere in like a big IMAX theater?
Yes. My dream has always been to take my big Irish head and put it on an even bigger screen. One of the most famous historic theaters ever, and then everybody else can watch it wherever you want to watch it. Tickets available at DaneCook.com.
Again, the special is called Above It All, and it's available right now. It comes out officially today, and I see this is coming out through Moment. Let's talk about what Moment is.
Well, Moment just hosted Andrew Schultz's special, which was tremendous. And basically what they're doing is we're taking that middle service out. Like, in other words, you don't have to get a streaming service for a year and pay for movies and things you don't necessarily. If you want to see my show, you don't want to feel like, now I got to subscribe to something for months or a year, unnecessarily. And so Moment gives you the opportunity, whether you're Justin Bieber, who's on there, or Halsey, or comedians like myself, Andrew Schultz, for a fan to go in, click, buy, almost a modern version of pay-per-view, and be able to watch that on any device that they want, which is fantastic.
That's really cool. And that's where you can find Above It All, the new Dane Cook comedy special. How long is this special?
It's an hour show, but, whenever I do something, I always like to have, bonus footage,
Yes.
and I like throwing in all those extras, man. So the base show is an hour, but there is more to come.
Very, very cool. And now here's the thing. To put together 1 hour of comedy at your level, your caliber of comedy, how long does it take to put this together? Because it takes a long time to even write one joke. So how long does it take to create an hour of funny comedy like this?
It's interesting that you asked that, because the year before the pandemic really set in, I felt like, I'm ready. So in 2020, March of 2020, I was like, okay, I'm good to go. And then everything gets paused. Of course, a lot of live venues make it kind of tricky to film. There's a lot of, mandates at that time. And so I was sitting with the material for an additional year and a half. And it might have been one of the best things that could have happened to me, because I felt like from that time, not only could I work on the routine and fill in some gaps, but it also really gave me a chance to ingratiate myself with the community and say, you know what, in the success of this special, how can I give back to more contributors and especially comedians that needed the support during that rough era. So for a number of reasons, even though it was a hard time on all of us, I'm grateful that I had the chance to wait and then do it after, because now I can really use this to reflect and help other performers that want to get their own lives back in motion.
That's really cool. Again, our guest today, Dane Cook. You started out telling jokes in small nightclubs. Then you went out into some of the biggest places like Madison Square Garden. How different is it from going to a nightclub with maybe 100 people to a place like that where there's 20,000 people?
In front of a smaller crowd, you can bobble your words a little bit, and that's okay. You can get back on track. If you start getting a little mush mouth in front of 20,000 people, that's going to go from bad to worse pretty quick. So being articulate was the one thing I can remember doing all those arena tours more than anything else. You don't want to have one bad joke that travels around that large room a little too slow for anybody's liking. At the same time, man, I will tell you, when you do a large-scale show like that, and you name an arena, and I played it. I mean, over 3 years, I think I did 150 arena shows, and every single one of them felt like an event and a night to remember. And here we are all these years later, and people still write me and DM me all the time saying, I was there on that night. I can't wait for Above It All. I was a part of that show when that guy ran up on stage, or that crazy thing happened. And it's so cool, man, 3 decades later to be celebrating all those high water marks.
I love it. Dane, thank you so much for taking the time to chat.
Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Dane Cook has been our guest for this comedy call. Above It All, his new comedy special. It's out today. I have a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
When you exercise, the burned fat metabolizes to become carbon dioxide, water, and energy. That means you exhale the fat that you're losing.
Oh.
There goes some pounds. There goes some more. It's got to do that all day. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
It would cost $18.3 million to make an exact replica of the Darth Vader suit.
Oh, my.
Yeah. So I don't know why so much, because a lot of cosplayers make it look really good for way less than $18.3 million.
Wow.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Male puppies let female puppies win play fights. Not my daughter's male puppy. Our dog and my daughter's dog do not get along, and her male puppy does not let our female puppy win. But the male puppies let the female puppies win play fights, just like I let you win all the fights around here.
Right.
It's kind of the same thing.
Just exactly like that.
All right, there's several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. Yay! It's brought to you by Mintervention.com. Heidi, here's your question. 35% of people claim they have never used this feature on their vehicle. What is it? You know what? I can tell you I have not used this feature on many of my vehicles.
The parking brake?
No, the horn. Although I would say parking brake I've not used for most either. But no, the horn. Right now, I don't even know if I know what my horn sounds like. I was with a friend one time when he discovered what his horn sounded like. He honked the horn. He's like, wait a minute, was that my horn? Seriously? It was funny. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way courtesy of Mintervention.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At BetterCreditCards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Time now for some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Everybody's talking over the weekend about Elon Musk showing off his humanoid robot Optimus. But Wednesday, Amazon unveiled a collection of product updates. The highlight is definitely a range of new features for Astro. It's a 20-pound dog-like robot with cartoon eyes on its tablet face. It uses voice recognition software, cameras, artificial intelligence, mapping technology, and face recognition sensors as it zooms from room to room. It's a fake dog, capturing live video and learning your habits. This sounds like a bad idea.
It really
Soon,
does.
Astro will be able to detect cats and dogs in the home and take short video clips of what they're up to when the owners are not around. So it's also a narc. It's going to allow owners to watch and talk to them in real time. Amazon's adding the ability to monitor if windows or doors are left open, building on what users have already been doing to check in on see if the stove was left on. Astro will also work with Amazon's smart doorbell company Ring to provide security monitoring to businesses. Astro is currently available for $999. The price will later jump to $1,499. So I don't need one now, and I won't need one later.
Yeah, I have no interest in taking part in something like
all
that.
of this
It
stuff
sounds like
is
a really, really bad idea.
So weird. That's why it's today's weird news, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. I'm going to continue what we started yesterday. These are all green flags when you're doing a job interview. So there's red flags where you're going, oh, I don't want to work here. These are all things where you go green flags. According to the list, it says one green flag for me is when the interview feels more like a conversation than a checklist of questions that you could get right or wrong. So it's having a conversation. I like that.
Okay.
It's a major green flag if the interviewer volunteers to give you a tour of the space. It's a great job. If it is a great job, they'll show you around and let it speak for itself. Plus, you'll be able to get a feel for the environment. I could tell you stories about some interviews that I remember one after walking through, it felt like I was going through a prison. Seeing how unhappy everybody looked, I'm like, yeah, don't call me, I'll call you. My favorite interview question on the list here, it says how they managed to help employees during the pandemic. If they struggle to answer, or if they're not specific, it's probably not a good thing. And another one says, if you're being interviewed by more than one person, how the interviewers act with each other. If they genuinely seem to get along well, it's probably a good place. Or they're really good actors.
Okay.
There you go. That is the end of the list. You can find the whole thing in the show notes for today and yesterday. In the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, is who said this.
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. He said, when a man opens a car door for his wife, it's either a new car or a new wife.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
That's not nice.
It's kind of funny, though.
Yeah, you haven't opened a car door for me for who knows.
I remember
how
I
long.
used to open a car door for you all the time because I had kind of a janky car and the handle didn't work on the inside. It's like, he is such a polite man. I'm like, yeah, just keep thinking that. All right, quote of the day comes your way courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
Time now for some good news brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Here's your good news today, Heidi. Online hookup platform Tinder, which I've never used, but I've heard good and bad things about it. They used National Dog Week recently to match dog rescues with potential owners. That's a neat idea.
That is a
The dating
neat
app
idea.
allowed users to attach a dog in need of a forever home to their profiles for the week, which ended the end of the week on Saturday. I think that was last week. That way, users were able to not only look for love, but look for a furry friend as well. The company said they wanted to bring members even more fun ways to find someone new, whether that be at a new dog park pal or maybe a step parent for their furry friend. It says dog lover is one of the most popular interests added to Tinder profiles. So that's kind of cool.
It is cool. It is cool. I've been kind of helping our son.
Yeah.
And I've noticed almost everybody. It's like, it's a must
I
for
want to
you
tell you,
to like.
when she says she's
dogs.
kind of helping our son, she's not just helping. She's really in the driver's seat.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
I just think it's really weird. My favorite is, and I don't remember which one it was, but Heidi set up a dating profile like 2 years ago with our son's permission. And she gets it all set up. And then he comes over to our house and he's like, what did you do? And she's like, what? He goes, what did you do? This isn't going to work. He, at the time, was like 24. Now he's 25. And he goes, these people are all in their 40s. And this lady's got a neck tattoo. Heidi was swiping the wrong way.
I didn't know.
She all the ones just like, yeah, probably not. According to the dating profile app, all those people
It was
thought
a
our son
yes,
was really
yes.
into them. Yeah, he's like, I'm deleting this app and we're never doing this again. Well, a year later, he let her help her again, or let her help him again. So,
I learned
like I
my
said,
lesson.
I don't know much about it. Heidi clearly doesn't either. But it kind of sounds like that's a neat thing. All right, time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday.